In the number 7 spot in the batting order, Cater is hitting .231. Gene Michael will be at shortstop, batting .232. And the Yankee pitcher, Mel Stottlemyre. Stottlemyre can help himself with a bat. He is hitting .238. Now for the Detroit Tigers, leading off and playing second base, left-hand hitting Dick McAuliffe. McAuliffe at second base, batting .192. Al Kaline will be in right field and hit second. Kaline is batting .295. Jim Northrup will be in center field tonight. Northrup hitting third, batting .280. Willie Horton, who had 2 tremendous shots last night, will be in left field, batting fourth, hitting .241. Norm Cash, leading the American League in home runs with 11, will be at first base. He bats fifth. He's hitting .303. Bill Freehan, the catcher, batting .275. The number 7 hitter, playing third base, Aurelio Rodriguez, hitting .211. At shortstop, it is Ed Brinkman, batting .216, and pitching Mike Kilkenny. Recently back off the disabled list, has no batting average whatsoever. In fact, he has not been to bat yet this year in the 6 ball games in which he has pitched. Pitched 6 games, but worked only 3 innings. And now the Detroit Tigers have taken the field. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Now the Detroit Tigers on the field. The umpires tonight at home plate, the veteran John Flaherty. At first base, John Rice. At second base, Bill Kunkel. And at third base, the youngest man in service on this umpiring crew, Big Ron Luciano. Well, the Tigers have won 7 games in a row, their longest streak since early 1970. They won 8 in a row between April 12th and April 24th. Of last year. Tonight's pitcher, Mike Kilkenny, a record of 0-1, is making his second start. Right now, this is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. We pause for station identification.
This is WGY, Radio 81, Schenectady, New York.
Mike Kilkenny lost his only other start to the Baltimore Orioles. He made 3 appearances in relief in the Detroit Tigers series in New York, April 13th, 14th, and 15th. And then he went on the disabled list shortly after that with a condition diagnosed as an inflammation of the lymph nodes in the abdomen. But he is back now. He has pitched only 1 inning since coming off the disabled list. Ready to work to the Yankees and ready to move in behind the microphone and describe the action for you, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Bill White.
All right, Frank Messer. Horace Clark's the first hitter, and he takes the first pitch in for a called strike. Horace has been up 160 times. He has 41 hits. No home runs, but 10 runs batted in, hitting .256. The big left-hander is ready. Inside for a ball. A ball and a strike. Kilkenny, a left-hander. He's a long, slim reed of a fella. He's 6'3", weighs 165 pounds, and he looks it. See right through him. He's ready with the 1-1 pitch. High. 2 balls and a strike to Clark.
In 3 games against the Yankees in New York, he only got 1 man out. He gave up 4 runs, 2 hits, and he walked 3.
Clark waits. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on a ground ball down the third baseline. Rodriguez has it on the big hop. Tossed to Cash at first, and there's 1 out. This Tiger infield has really improved. The left side, Rodriguez, the third baseman, and Brinkman, the shortstop, have really tightened up the Tiger infield. McAuliffe, the second baseman. Cash, the first baseman, has always been a good fielder. And Billy Martin has stretched defense. Willie Horton out of left field. Jim Northrup in center. And Al Kaline in right field. Munson's in. 1 out. Thurman Munson's the hitter. He's hitting .237. He's been up 97 times, 23 hits. First pitch of the curveball in for a ball. Inside. They play Munson straight away. Horton deep in left field, not too far from the track out there. Now Kilkenny's ready with the 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Roy White's on deck. Thurman has had his year interrupted pretty much by military duty, and he's having a hard time getting on track. Here's the 2-0 pitch to him. Inside, ball 3. 3-0, and the fans blow. They'd like to see some strikes thrown here. Brinkman, the shortstop, facing around. Infielders like to see strikes. They don't like a pitcher that's all around. 3-2 on everybody. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Munson. In for a called strike. Infield and outfield straight away. Dick Hauser coaching down at third for the Yankees. Ellie Howard at first. Ralph Houck in his familiar position, standing up in front of the Yankee dugout. 3-1 pitch is swung on, fouled into the stand. On top of the stand. This seems a great place to hit, as Phil Rizzuto and Frank Messer mentioned yesterday. It's green all over. The whole park is painted green. That makes a great background. Both foul lines are within reach. 325 down the right field line. 340 to left field. 365 in the alleys. 3-2 pitch to Munson. Outside, ball 4. So Phil Munson becomes the first Yankee base runner. He trots down the first base, and that'll bring in Roy White. Roy's been up 134 times. He has 39 hits. He leads the Yankees with 7 home runs, and also in runs batted in with 24. White now is moving his batting average back up. He's back up to 291. Roy bats right-handed against Kilkenny. Rodriguez shortens up at third. Cash holds Munson there. Sturm takes a good lead. First pitch to White. Swung on, fouled off. Freehand got him right in the shoulder. Don Flaherty looks at the ball. He gives it back to Freehand. No balls and a strike. 1 out. We're in the top of the first. Thurman Munson on at first. Roy White batting right-handed against Kilkenny. He's to the belt. The 0-1 pitch. Inside for a ball. Freehand come up out of there quickly. He came up quickly as Munson faked going to second.
What about Munson? He's a catcher, but he can steal a base. He has 3 stolen bases.
You know, one of the Yankees told me yesterday that one of the reasons Billy Martin did not start Chance was that the Yankees would run on him. Here's the 1-1 pitch to White in the dirt, a curveball. Billy Martin felt that the Yankees would take advantage of Chance and do a lot of running. He doesn't want that, so he brought the left-hander in to hold the Yankee runners close.
Could be a little logic there, I guess. Especially now, since he plays Milwaukee next. He can pitch Chance there. They don't run as much as the Yankees, except for Harper. You keep Harper off there.
2-1 pitch is lined to left field. Horton's over to his left. He has it with one hand. Willie Horton robbed Roy White of a possible double, and Munson all the way down to second must get back into first base. White hit a 2-1 pitch. He lined it into left center field toward the 365 mark. Willie Hortenoff with the crack of the bat running to his left. Almost misjudged the ball, but he picked it up one-handed. There's 2 outs now. Roy White hitting the ball well. And here's Mercer. Bobby's still in the cleanup spot, even though Kilkenny's a left-hander. So he said Ralph Houck has quite a bit of confidence in Mercer's ability to hit left-handers. First pitch to him is in for a called strike. Thurman Munson on at first. 2 outs. We're in the top of the first. The Yankees trying to get back on the track, trying to win a few ball games. They're tied now with the Cleveland Indians. The 0-1 pitch, curveball hit on the ground to second base, and McCullough backs up for the big hop over to Cash, and there's 3 outs. For the Yankees in the top of the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, no man left on base. At the end of the half inning, there's no score.
Here's Pete Retzlaff for today's United States Army.
As general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles football club, it's my job to consider a lot of options, especially in recruiting the best potential pro prospects. Well, today's United States Army has a great new option high school graduates should consider. It's called the European Duty Enlistment Option. If you enlist now for 3 years in the armor, artillery, or infantry, and successfully complete a 4-month training program in the United States, you're off to Europe for a full 16 months tour of duty. And your 30 days paid vacation a year gives you the opportunity to travel all over Western Europe. So if you'd like the opportunity to see Europe, as few tourists do, see your Army representative for further information about a complete tour of duty under the new European Enlistment Option. Today's Army wants to join you.
For the location of your nearest Army representative, call 800-243-6000, toll-free.
Mel Stottlemyre ready to pitch now to the Detroit Tigers. You know, they call this a hitter's ballpark. And before the ball game, I asked pitcher Mel Stottlemyre if, conversely, it was that bad a ballpark for the pitchers.
Well, Frank, I don't really think so. I think you have to pitch your own game here and not try to vary your pattern any. And if you have good stuff, you can win here just as easy as in another park.
And Stottlemyre will start off pitching to Dick McAuliffe and back to Bill White.
All right, Frank. McAuliffe hitting 192, a left-hander. He's having a tough time getting started. He has 5 home runs, though, and 21 RBIs. That's quite a few for a leadoff batter. Dick McAuliffe. He's been at bat 167 times, has 32 hits. Scored 21 runs also. First pitch to him, cut on and fouled off. Stottlemyre opening the game with a good fastball. Set the Yankees defensively. Johnny Ellis at first, Horace Clark at second. Gene Michael, the shortstop. And Danny Cater down at third. Pop is ready with the 0-1 pitch. Inside, a ball and a strike. The left field for the Yankees is Roy White. In center field, Bobby Mercer. And in right field, Felipe Alou. Here's a 1-1 pitch to McAuliffe. Curveball, grounded foul down the first base line. Johnny Ellis is up with it. Stottlemyre is all pitchers, good pitchers. When the ball is hit to the right side, they start toward the first base bag. The Yankees have made several good plays by the pitchers hustling over there. Ball's been hit by the first baseman, but Clark has picked it up and thrown to the pitcher. There's a 1-2 pitch. Line foul down the right field line. McAuliffe got out in front of a breaking ball and hit it into the seats in right field, but it was foul. That brought these fans up. McAuliffe has a wide open stance. Here's the 1-2 pitch to him inside, backs him off. 2-2. It's like the old timers used to hit. Open, leans back with the left knee bent. Chokes up just a little bit on the back. Here's a 2-2 pitch from Stottlemyre. Line to left field. Roy White should be there. Yes, he is. He has it easily for the first out. So McAuliffe flies to left field, Roy White. And here's the old pro Al Kaline. Kaline with 3 home runs and 11 runs batted in. He's hitting .295. He hits right-handed. First pitch to him. Hits him. Hit him on the hip. Kaline picks the ball up. Throws a little hook shot to Stottlemyre, so he's all right. Kaline going down the first base now. He's hit by a pitch. Stottlemyre talking to Muncy. That ball simply got away from Bell. Kaline couldn't get out of the way. Picked the ball up, threw a little hook shot back to Stottlemyre. Jim Northrup's the hitter. Northrop with 4 home runs and 24 runs batted in. He's hitting .280. He bats left-handed. Stottlemyre now looking in at Muncy. Kaline leads at first. Ellis holds him there. First pitch to Northrop is fouled off. Got a good cut at a fastball. Like they're going to try to pitch Northrop inside with sliders.
It's always been amazing to me that Northrop doesn't pull the ball more in this ballpark. He seems to hit just about straightaway center field and left center. And there it is, cozy, 325 down the line.
Doesn't like the ball inside. Throw the first to Kaline's back. Now Stotter's ready. The 0-1 pitch popped up. Michael calls for it. He has it easily. They're 2 outs. Northrop pops up to the shortstop, Gene Michael. And here's Willie Horton. He gets a mixed reaction up here. Some people always seem to blame Willie when the Tigers aren't going well.
Nearly every ball club has one man that has to hit to keep the club going, and it seems that Horton is the man on this club, Bill.
Yes, he is, a big left fielder. So far this year, he's come on with a lot of home runs. He has 9 home runs and 23 runs batted in. His batting average hasn't got up yet. He's hitting .241, and Willie usually is around .260 to .290. Big right-handed hitter. He plays left field here. Kaline leads at first. First pitch to Horton is hit on the ground to Michael at shortstop. He's over to Clark at second for the force on Kaline. So for the Indians, in their half the first, no runs, no hits, there were no errors, 1 hit batter, 1 man left on base. At the end of 1, the Indians, the Yankees nothing, and the Tigers nothing.
Here's a message for the Cars of America. Cars, you may not know it, but to an ARCO dealer, you're people. In the past, there was a big difference between the way your owner treated you and the way service stations treated you. Your owner treated you like a member of the family. Service stations treated you like a machine. At home, you were a trusted friend. In the shop, you were a stranger. ARCO dealers have dedicated themselves to closing this gap. They have a service designed to treat you the way your owner treats you. Service designed to treat cars like people. With ARCO Supreme Gasoline that helps you breathe easy. And with ARCO oils and lubricants to give you the care and protection you need. So, Cars of America, take heart. Go to your ARCO dealer. You'll never be treated like a machine again. To your ARCO dealer. Cars are people.
I saw that Vida Blue pitch a couple of years ago. He pitched the ball game against the Yankees, but, you didn't think that much about him then. He was only 19, and now he's 21 years old. He's won 10 consecutive complete games for Oakland. I'm looking forward to seeing that ball game Tuesday night, Bill.
Well, he's some kind of pitcher. 10-1, complete game. Here's Johnny Ellis. He'll lead off the Yankees half of the second. First pitch to him is outside, a breaking ball.
John Ellis told him today that we'd see Vida Blue, and he said, I just can't wait. He said, I want to get up there against him. Let's see what he's got.
John hitting .308. Another breaking ball high and away. John hasn't been up much. Ellis has been up 26 times. He has 8 hits. 1 home run and 3 runs batted in. A big right-handed hitter, has plenty of power. 2-0 pitch to him is high, ball 3. Kilkenny, Mike Kilkenny, a left-hander from Ontario, Canada, on the mound for the Tigers. Talking about Cleveland, that score, Baltimore leads Cleveland 2-1 at the end of 4. Here's a 3-0 pitch. In there for a called strike. The other game of importance, Boston leads Washington 3-2 at the end of 6. Those are 2 close games. Kilkenny's ready. 3-1 pitch, swung on and fouled off. Boston has a 2-game lead over Baltimore in the American League East. Detroit, the Tigers, only 3.5 games out, Frank, so they're not that far out. The Yankees, I'm sorry.
Let's say the Tigers, they figured that they've got to win now through the stretch months, through July and August. They've had some problems in there.
Swung on and fouled off again. The count remains the same. 3 balls and 2 strikes, no outs on Johnny Ellis. He leads off the Yankees after the second inning.
They have to worry a little bit about Mickey Lolich. It's strange, but Lolich doesn't seem to pitch as well in the hot weather as he does in the cool weather. He has always had a good early season, just about every year. And, of course, everybody knows what he can do in September and October.
3-2 pitch, Ellis. Swung on and fouled off. Held by Freehan. Kilkenny racks up his first strikeout. Talking about Lolich, tomorrow the scheduled pitchers will be Fritz Peterson for the Yankees and Mickey Lolich for the Tigers. And this will be Lolich's kind of weather.
Yes, definitely. Although it's supposed to get warmer tomorrow, it still won't be warm. It can get a lot warmer and still not be warm here.
Philippe Alou takes the first pitch inside. Alou's been up 122 times. He has 30 hits, 3 home runs, and 11 runs batted in. He's hitting .346. Big right-hander with a closed stance. Swung on a curveball and missed. Swung over. A ball on the strike, 1 out. We're in the top of the second. There's no score. The Yankees and the Tigers. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and popped up. McCall up to second baseman, moves to his right. He has it. There are 2 outs. Third baseman Danny Cater steps in. Cater with no home runs, but 13 runs batted in. He's hitting .231. He stands deep in the box. They play him straight away, the Tigers do. Kilkenny is ready. Outside for a ball. 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the top of the second. No score. In New York, curveball catches the outside corner. A ball and a strike. The Mets lead the Phillies 2-0 at the end of 4. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Cater. Swung on. Cater swung at a high fastball that was out of the strike zone. He fouled it off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. See, the Mets lead the National League East by a half game over the St. Louis Cardinals. Close races. And they will get closer. They all will. Kilkenny is ready with the 1-2 pitch. Double pump. Now Cater's ready. Swung on his side, the right field. K-line, right in the strikes almost. Now he comes in a couple of steps. And he has it for the 3rd out. And he's the inning for Kilkenny for the Yankees in the top of the second. 3 up and 3 down. At the end of an inning and a half, New York Yankees nothing. The Detroit Tigers nothing.
This is the story of a thirsty piano maker. His name was I.F. Luther, and he was the first man in America who ever bought Schaefer beer. On September 3rd, 1842, he walked into our brewery and took home a 5-gallon keg of Schaefer. That was the beginning of the one beer to have when you're having more than one. and we've been satisfying more than one beer thirst ever since. Today, only Schaefer gives you flavor that doesn't fade. First frosty glass to last. A more than one beer man couldn't ask for anything more.
Well, let's see now. In other ball games, Kansas City at Chicago, Mike Hedlund against Wilbur Wood. Kansas City did not score in the first. Minnesota won, Milwaukee nothing in the first. And Cincinnati and Pittsburgh still scoreless in the bottom half of the fifth. Montreal 6, Atlanta nothing at the end of 3.5. And Bill just gave you the other score, so here we go, Bill.
All right, Norm Cash is in there, and he takes the first pitch inside from Stottlemyre for a ball. Norm's really swinging a hot bat. He's gone 6 for 9 the last 3 games, and he's got 9 runs batted in over the last 3 ball games. 1-0 pitch to him. Line drive right at Gene Michael at shortstop. He takes about 3 hops. Throws in the dirt to Ellis, but Ellis scoops it up, and Cash is out. A lot of times you can be a little bit more too relaxed. Gene just flipped that ball to first base, and it didn't get there. But Ellis made a fine scoop, and there's 1 out. Here's Bill Freehan. Freehan hitting .275, 4 home runs and 10 runs batted in. He wrote a book last year, and that might be the reason for some of the boos. He went right in the Tiger clubhouse. Had a little static from the players. He takes the first pitch down low for a ball. Bill also had Sergio on his back last year. He's a big fella. Right-handed hitter. 1-0 pitch to him. Inside. 2 balls and no strikes. 1 out. In the last half of the second inning. Now Stottlemyre trying to hold the Tigers down. 2-0 pitch to Freehan. Curveball swung on and missed. Looking for a fastball. Way out front. Stottlemyre faced the Tigers in the second start of the season on April 15th in New York. He got no decision in the game, although the Tigers won 3-2. 2-1 pitch to Freehan, hit on the ground down third base. Gator fumbles it, and he will not get him. He throws the ball over the head of Ellis. Hudson picks it up, and Freehan slides into second safe. The ball was hit down the third baseline. Gator went far to his left and backed up a bit. He fumbled the ball, spun around completely, and threw the ball over Ellis at first base. So you can give then a hit for Freehan, and he went to second base on an error charge to Cater. We'll give an infield hit to Freehan. He went to second on an error 5, and that'll bring in Aurelio Rodriguez, the third baseman. Rodriguez with 4 home runs and 14 runs batted in. He's hitting .211. A right-handed hitter that's deep in the box. Be close together. The Yankees play him not too deep, straight away. 1 out. Freehan on his second. First pitch is cut on and missed. This guy looked like a better hitter in Yankee Stadium earlier in the season. Since then, he's had a lot of trouble with the bat. Rodriguez, 161 times with 34 hits. Came here from the Washington Senators. Stottlemyre looking in at Munson. Freehan leads off at second. Cut on, fouled off. Now throwing the sinker. He's going to the sinker. Rodriguez did a good job against, Stottlemyre did a good job against Rodriguez in New York with breaking balls. Let's see what he'll throw here. He has him 0-2. There's 1 out. He's thrown him 2 straight sinkers. Will he waste the pitch or throw the curveball? Stops it to the belt. The 0-2 pitch, the curveball swung on, fouled off. Bell got it up too high. Sidearm curveball. Rodriguez just fouled it off. Still no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. We're in the last half of the second. There's no score, but the Tigers are threatening. Freehan hit a chopper down to Cater, who threw it away at first.
Freehand moving on in the second. Now Stocks is ready. The 0-2 pitch, sidearm sinker, down low for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Play Rodriguez a pull. Just a shade to pull. Not too deep in the outfield. Infield straight away. Ellis gives him plenty of room. Now Stottlemyre backs off. He wants another sign. With Freehan down at second, Munson's got to be careful because Freehan, being a catcher, can steal the signs easily. He's looking right in there, and he can give them to Rodriguez. So you can be sure the Yankees are using a more complicated set of signs. Stottlemyre looks a long time. Munson's given him a lot of signs. Now Stotts is ready. 1-2 pitch to Rodriguez. The curveball hit on the ground. Decatur at third. He's up with it. Flips to first, and they have him. Stottlemyre going to the breaking ball to Rodriguez. Had Aurelio out front. Hit off his front foot. Just stopped it down Decatur. Here's Eddie Brinkman. Guy had 3 hits last night. They look like line drives today. Squeezed the guy in. Hoop on the right field. Right-hand hitter tilts way up on the bat. 2 outs now. First pitch to him. Curveball hits the outside corner for called strike. Brinkman talking to Flaherty. He doesn't believe it's a strike. Brinkman has a wide stance. He's still halfway up on the bat. He uses a thick bat. All he wants to do is get the bat on the ball. 0-1 pitch, curve ball in for call strike 2. Bill Freehan on at second for the Tigers. 2 outs though. Counts, no balls and 2 strikes on Brinkman, the shortstop. Schultz coaching down at third base. Frank Scaff at first for the Tigers. Outfield plays Brinkman shallow, extremely shallow. 0-2 pitch, a curveball, cut on, fouled off. Now these Tiger fans have come out again. They have 10 or 12,000 people out here again. Old Ernie Harwell over there. Ernie has the hat on. Ernie used to do the Giant games in New York. He's now the Tiger announcer here. We're booth right across the way there. The 0-2 pitch, sidearm line to right field. A low end, he can't get it. It's in front of him. Freehan around third. It's going to be full. They've got him at home plate. Alou running to his right, picked up the ball and made a perfect toss to throw Munson at home. Munson got the ball on one hop, blocked the plate, put it on Freehan, and saved a run for the Yankees. For the Tigers, an error half of the second. No runs on 2 hits, no error, and a man left on base. At the end of 2, by way of Felipe Alou's great throw from right field, there's still no score.
If you're going to move, why not do it yourself with U-Haul, as more than 6 million families do every year? Save as much as 50% or more of the usual cost and move at your convenience, not someone else's. U-Haul trucks and trailers are available in a full range of sizes. There's one that's just right for your move. You can rent equipment from your nearest U-Haul dealer and leave it with a dealer in your new neighborhood, even if you're going clear across the country. U-Haul has low one-way rental rates, insurance, guaranteed tires, and free road service. And cargo insurance is included on trucks and trailers. U-Haul has a moving guide that helps plan your move and makes the job a lot easier. Stop in at your nearest U-Haul dealers. See 9 and 20 Auto Sales and Service, Junction 9 and 20, Castleton, Ray's Arco, 10 Broad Street, Glens Falls, Airways of Albany, 1109 Central Avenue, Albany, or consult the yellow pages for the U-Haul dealer nearest you.
Well, that was a fine throw by Felipe Alou, and a good play by Thurman Munson. I always have to credit the catcher in that real close play because the ball gets there just a split second before the runner barrels in. In this case, the runner was that great big Bill Freehan, former fine football player as well as baseball player. And Lou and Munson teamed up, and Stottlemyre still has a shutout going. The Yankees play good defense behind Stottlemyre. They always do.
Well, he throws a sinker, and he's got a good, sure-handed infield. It helps a lot. The sticks. Gene Michael leads off the top of the third for the Yankees. He takes the first pitch high and away for ball. Mike Kilkenny, a lean left-hander, pitching for the Tigers. Yankees have yet to get a hit. High. 2 balls and no strikes. Talking about Freya, 6'2", 210. And he was chugging around third base pretty good. 2-0 pitch to Michael. He'll take it. In for called strike. They shorten up for the stick, batting right-handed. Rodriguez, the third baseman, is even with the bag. Cash, the first baseman's in close. Outfield is shallow. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off. Held by Freya. 2-2. Umpires are John Flaherty behind the plate. John Rice at first. Bill Kunkel at second. And Ron Luciano at third. Coaching for the Yankees. Dick Hauser down at third. Ellie Howard at first. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kilkenny wide, high. This is tough on an infield and an outfield when your pitcher is 3-2 on everybody, and it'll eventually tell on him about the 6th inning. 3-2 pitch, popped up. McAuliffe is back. K-line is in. K-line calls. McAuliffe gets out of the way, and Al has it out in right field. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. We pause now for station identification.
This is WGY, Radio 81, Schenectady, New York.
That'll bring in Mel Stottlemyre. Stotts is not an out man. He's got 5 hits and 21 times up. It's the first pitch high and away for ball. No home runs, and he's helped himself with 3 runs batted in. Mel hitting .238. Mike Kilkenny is ready. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Stottlemyre. Swung on and missed. A ball and a strike. That ball was out of the strike zone. So when you're not winning, everybody tries to do too much. They try to do more really than they're capable of doing, and that sort of makes the snowball roll a little bit. 1-1 pitch. Curveball in for a called strike 2. But you hit a spot where everything starts going right, and you go back into your niche where you just do what you can do.
Which comes first? Everything goes right, and you go back into your niche.
1-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Well, it depends on how the season gets off for you. I've seen guys, singles hitters, try to hit home runs. And you see home run hitters getting in a situation where they should be swinging the bat. They try to bunt to get on. It's very tough to coordinate everything many times. It's very, very seldom, though, you see a team go bat all the way. The pitching's good and the hitting isn't any good, and then vice versa. Sometimes the hitting's good and the pitcher can't hold anybody out. Here's Horace Clark. First time up, Clark grounded out. Well, he's 0 for 1. Two balls high. We're in the top of the third. The Yankees nothing and the Tigers nothing. In the 8th inning now, Boston still leads Washington 3-2. And in the 5th, Baltimore leads Cleveland 2-1. Kilkenny's ready with a 2-0 pitch to Clark. Strike call, a fastball. The corners close in on Horace. Rodriguez, the third baseman, is in close. So is Cash, the first baseman. And the outfield is shallow. Northrop plays extremely shallow in center field all the time. The Tiger outfield plays everybody straight away. 2-1 pitch is hit on the ground to shortstop Brinkman. He's up with a big hop, flips the Cash at first, and there are 3 outs. For the Yankees, in the top of the third, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 2.5 innings, New York Yankees nothing, the Detroit Tigers nothing. Nothing is more important to the life of your engine than the oil you put in it.
That's why your Arco Red Ball dealer doesn't just promise to check your oil, he guarantees it. In fact, if an Arco Red Ball dealer doesn't check your oil or clean your windshield, weather permitting, you get your gasoline for free. Red Ball service is your Arco dealer's way of assuring you of good service, so that you get the same service, the same good service when you're on vacation as when you're at home, so that you can get the same treatment from a dealer who doesn't know you as you do from the guy in your own neighborhood. The details may vary from state to state, but the quality of Red Ball service never varies. If it does, you don't have to pay. Arco Red Ball dealer service. You're ahead even if you don't get it.
Well, we remind you this series winds up tomorrow night. We'll be on the air at 8:55 here on our flagship station, WMCA, and the Yankee Baseball Network. And it will also be televised starting at 9 o'clock on Channel 11. And then it's back to Yankee Stadium for the weekend series with the California Angels. Memorial Day doubleheader and a single game Tuesday night against the Oakland Athletics. And as we said before, Dick Williams, the Oakland pitcher, announced today that he would start Vida Blue in that ball game Tuesday night, as we projected for you a little better than a week or so ago. All right, Bill, here we go.
All right, Frank. You just happened to make out his pitching rotation for him, didn't you? First pitch to Kilkenny is fouled off. Kilkenny, although he throws left-handed, bats right-handed.
Well, you know, if they get a couple of rainouts, it could change that.
See him. I'd like to see that Vida Blue. Yeah. Next pitch is the curveball in. Call strike two.
Hey, I got a question for you. You don't have to answer it right now. There's only one team in the American League that has not been rained out all year.
Tigers. 0-2 pitch. Swung on. Curveball and missed. Is that right?
Absolutely. And you would think, as much rain as we've seen around here, that they would have been rained out. They're the only team in the American League that has not been rained out. Baltimore's been rained out 6 times.
Stottlemyre just racked up his first strikeout as he struck out the fellow who's opposing him, Mike Kilkenny. That'll bring in Dick McCullough. First time up, he's tied to left field to Roy White. First pitch to the left-hander is a breaking ball outside. 1 ball and no strikes, 1 out. We're in the last half of the third inning. There's no score. The Yankees and the Tigers. Misses outside with a sinker. 2 balls and no strikes to McCullough. McCullough hitting from a wide stance, almost faces Stottlemyre. 2-0 pitch, a breaking ball, line foul down the left field, right field line. That's in the seats.
Not only have the Tigers not been rained out this year, the last time they were rained out was May 12th, 1970.
Bill Gaines didn't play, whether it rains or not, huh? Here's the 2-1 pitch to McCullough. Uh-oh, that's trouble. It's a drive to right field, but it's going to be foul. We can see that from here. That hit the facing of the upper deck. McCullough is shooting down that right field line. That hit the facing of the upper deck here at Tiger Stadium. Counts even now, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch to him. Swung on, fouled off. High fastball. Be careful, Mel. Two balls and 2 strikes on Dick McCullough. There's 1 out. Now Stottlemyre wants another ball. He gets it from Flaherty. John Flaherty umpiring behind the plate. This kid has 5 home runs, McCullough. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. Sinker away from him. He tried to go to left field. The last time up, he flied out to Roy White in left field. On the right side, the Yankees play McCullough to pull. Ellis deep at first. Clark near the grass at second. Alou deep in right field, and Bobby Mercer on the right field side of center field. That's a ground ball over Stottlemyre's head. Forrest comes up with it, gets him at first base. Clark charging a ball that was hit over Stottlemyre's head. Made an off-balance throw to Ellis, and there are 2 outs. That could have been trouble. The hands for Kaline, Al Kaline. 19 years here in Detroit. Big right-handed hitting right fielder. 2 outs now. First pitch to Kaline. Hit on the ground down the shortstop. Gene Michael over to his left. He's up with it. Over to Ellis, and there are 3 outs. Stottlemyre had an easy inning after a little scare there from McAuliffe. The Tigers got no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And at the end of 3, the New York Yankees nothing. The Yankees have no hits, they've committed 1 error. And the Detroit Tigers have nothing. They have 2 hits, though, and they've committed no error. Looking at the scoreboard, Kansas City and Chicago. In Chicago, there's no score at the end of 2 innings. Boston still leads Washington 3-2 at the end of 8. That's Cope against Janeski. Schellenbach come on in the 7th for Washington. So Ray Cope is leading the Washington Senators 3-2 at the end of 8. He has another half inning to go, and Boston will win that ball game. Minnesota leads Milwaukee 1-0. Bly, Levin, and Lockwood. Baltimore leads Cleveland 2-1 at the end of 5.5 innings. Rich Hand against Mike Cuellar. So Cuellar has a 1-run lead there at the end of 5.5. Baltimore 2, Cleveland 1. California, Oakland, no score yet. In the National League, New York, the Mets lead the Phillies 2-0. Ed Kranepool got his 3rd home run of the 4th for the Mets. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, 0-0 at the end of 5.5. Montreal has 7. Atlanta, 0 at the end of 4.5. St. Louis and Chicago, 0-0 at the end of an inning and a half. Houston, San Diego, 0-0 at the end of an inning and a half. That'll be a doubleheader. And San Francisco, Los Angeles, game has not got started yet. Well, as Thurm Munson gets ready to step in for the Yankees at the top of the 4th, here's Frank Messer stepping in behind the mic.
Okay, Bill White, thank you very much. Thurman Munson, ready to swing away right-handed against the southpaw Mike Kilkenny. The pitch to him is down low, ball 1. Thurman Munson drew a walk his first time up. He has been the only Yankee base runner. Pitch to him is low again, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. And we welcome Phil Rizzuto. Phil?
Yes, sir, Frank. Another cold night in the Motor City. Never saw so many parkas and blankets and heating blankets just short of June in my life.
Pitch is inside at the knees, ball 3. Kilkenny having trouble getting the ball over on Thurman Munson. He walked him in the first inning, and he is the only Yankee to have been on base. Munson, a .237 hitter coming in. There's the windup by the left-hander, and here's the pitch to Thurman. Strike call, 3-1. Tigers play Munson to pull slightly. Willie Horton deep in left field. Northrop shaded just a bit in center. And Kaline over in right center field. There's a line drive. It's going to be in between Northrop and Kaline for the base hit. Northrop cuts it off in the alley, fires back in, and Munson is on for the second time, and that's the first hit of the ball game for the Yankees. And Thurman Munson, Phil, seems to have patented that stroke out there to right center field. Remember, he had a beautiful hit out there in last night's ball game.
He does have the stroke for that, and Thurman was saying just before we left Cleveland that he feels now that any time there's a man on third, he'll either get a base hit for right field, if there's none out or 1 out, or at least a fly ball. He said he is so confident he's been working on a way to hit for right field. I don't want to tip off what it is, what he does with his shoulder and his back foot, so the opposition might find out.
All right, here's Roy White with Thurman on. White lined out to Willie Horton in left field his first time up, and he takes the ball inside. Kansas City and Chicago scoreless at the end of 2 innings. Boston beat Washington 3-2. That one is all over. So look, the first on the pitch here. Hit line drive, knocked down by the third baseman Rodriguez. He throws to second. Munson is out. Rodriguez knocked it down, picked it up, threw to second, and Munson is out at second base.
He threw that from a kind of kneeling, lying down position.
The only thing he had behind it was his arm. Didn't get any body into that throw, but got it there in time. Throw was taken by the second baseman, McAuliffe.
5-4.
Bobby Mercer now grounded out to second base his first time up. Pitch is high. Roy White now leads away at first. Norm Cash holds the corner on him. They do not play Mercer to pull to the right field corner. He lines this for the center field. It's going to be into the base hit. Let's see if White tries it. He stops. Well, he did. Good throw from Jim Northrup. So now Roy White is at second. Mercer has a base hit. And the batter will be John Ellis, who struck out his first time up. John Ellis among those who enjoys hitting in this ballpark or playing here. They like the background. Little conference out at the mound. First time the Yankees have had a base runner as far as second, so they want to go out there and set the signs. Bobby Mercer now with 1 for 2 tonight is hitting .368, maintaining his position as the number 2 hitter in the league behind Tony Oliva. At this moment, Oliva has only 2 more base hits than Bobby. Here's the pitch, high, ball 1. John Ellis up there with runners at first and second. No score in this ball game. Yankees have 2 hits and the Tigers have 2 hits. Felipe Alou is on deck. Mike Kilkenny. Ready? Comes in with a fastball for a strike, and it's 1-1. Mike Kilkenny, a much different and much better pitcher tonight than the last time we saw him. Pitched in 3 games in New York earlier in the season and retired only 1 batter. Pitched 3 times in relief. A ball just inside Kilkenny. A little upset now with that call. And Kilkenny turns his back on the plate, walks off the mound. 2 balls and a strike to John Ellis. Felipe Alou waiting on deck. The runners edge away. There's 1 out. Good speed on the bases. White at second, Mercer at first. Bobby gets a big lead. Ellis swings, loops one out of the shallow left. That's going to be trouble. And Brinkman makes it over the shoulder catch. It was trouble, a double play. White cannot get back to second. A different kind of trouble than we anticipated. A fine catch by Ed Brinkman, the shortstop, racing back into left field. He caught it over his shoulder. It looks like he just cradled it in his arms, turned around, and threw back to second base to McAuliffe to double White up. For the Yankees, no runs, 2 hits. There's 1 man left on. At the end of 3 1/2, it's still the Yankees nothing and the Tigers nothing.
One day, in 1840, a three-masted schooner sailed into New York. On board was a young man from Wetzlar, Germany. He'd set sail with just $1 in his pocket and an old family recipe for a new kind of beer. His name was Maximilian Schaefer, and the beer he introduced to America was Schaefer lager beer. It was aged or lagered for many weeks to give it a unique lightness and quality. Today, Schaefer is still unique, with flavor that never fades. First frosty glass to last. It's the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
Well, looks like Mel Stottlemyre, who along with Steve Klein have been pitching in tough luck for quite a while. Got another battle on his hands. Nothing going into the bottom of the fourth, Frank.
All right, and leading off the bottom half of the fourth, Jim Northrup takes the pitch low, ball one. We had told you Boston had defeated Washington 3-2. There's a line drive foul outside the right field line. Ray Cope got the win. He's 5-3. Jerry Janeski, the loser, 1-4. Played the ball game in 2 hours despite 19 base hits.
Oh.
As far as a few double plays, maybe.
Right, a lot good control, too.
Wind up 1-1 pitch. Foul back, and it'll be over our head. That ball hit something upstairs, bounced back to the playing field, and almost hit the plate umpire, John Flair. He didn't see it coming. Hit right behind him. Jim Northrup, left-hand hitter, was hit by a pitch his first time up. Stottlemyre fires again, and he's low with the fastball. K-Line was hit by the pitch, that's right. There's a foul just beneath it. No score in this ball game at the end of 3.5. Bottom half of the fourth inning right here. And the pitch to Northrup is in the dirt. Bounces up off the chest of Thurman Munson. I'm sure that Yankee followers everywhere know by now that Kurt Blefary was traded by the Yankees yesterday. 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball is hit slowly toward Clark. He's got to get rid of it in a hurry. He does, and Northrup is out. Clark throws out Northrup, and there's one down. And now Willie Horton, who's grounded into a force play his first time up. Kurt Blefary joining the Oakland Athletics, Bill, in exchange for pitcher Rob Gardner, traded to Oakland just a short while ago by the Yankees, opening day for that matter, and also a pitcher, Darrell Osteen. And Gardner will report to Syracuse, and Osteen, who is now pitching at Syracuse, will stay there. Horton fouls one down the right field line, and it rolls toward the bullpen dugout. Now the question today everybody's asking is, what employment will Blefary have with the Oakland A's?
Well, you know, contrary to a lot of other people's feelings, I think Bleffery's going to help him. You know, people forget that he's not a bad catcher, and their catching's a little suspect with Dave Duncan and that kid Tenace.
Gene Tenace, yes. That's what we figured, that they might use him as a catcher. There's another foul out to the right side, giving chase John Ellis and Felipe Alou, but again it is out of play near the bullpen dugout. So Willie Horton has hit two of them foul down the right field line. No balls, two strikes. And there's still a little better than 2 weeks to go till the trading deadline of June 15th. I imagine other clubs will be making moves.
Oh, yes.
0-2 pitch here. Swung on him, missed, strike three. And now there are two down. That is the second strikeout for Stottlemyre. Here Norm Cash. Cash has gone 6 for 10 in the last 3 games, including his first time up tonight when he grounded out. He takes a pitch low, ball 1. Added 36 points to his batting average. Breaking pitch misses, ball 2. Norm Cash has 11 home runs in 100 times at bat. And the pitch here. Strike is called. It's 2-1. Home run once every 9 times. That isn't too bad. Down low to it. 3 balls and 1 strike. And isn't it usually the second half of the season that Cash gets that smoking bat?
That's right. That's why I think these Tigers are really going to be rough later on.
3-1 pitch. Hit in the air down the left field line. Roy White giving chase.
They'll never get it.
They'll never get it. It's in for the base hit. And a double. Roy White with a bad ankle just couldn't make it over there. The ball fell in down the left field line. Of course, he was playing Cash to pull. Told you last night it appeared that Roy re-injured that ankle a bit. And it was a struggle for him to get over there. A 2-base hit for Norm Cash on a fly ball to left. 2 outs and Bill Freehan the batter. Freehan got a base hit to deep third base and went on to second base when Danny Cater threw the ball over the head of John Ellis. So he is 1 for 1. Pitch to him, blown outside, ball 1. The double for Norm Cash was his 6th 2-bagger of the year. And his 31st base hit. Cash is now hitting .307. 1-0 to Freehan. Hit inside for a ball 2. Mets continue to lead the Phillies 2-0 now at the end of 7. Montreal 7, Atlanta 0 at the end of 6. Pittsburgh over Cincinnati 2-0 at the end of 6. Cubs lead the Cardinals 1-0 at the end of 3. Houston and San Diego scoreless at the end of 3. Stottlemyre now has his sign. Turns it loose, and a check swing foul goes back. Here there is no score in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Fastball in on the ground at shortstop. Michael comes up with it, throws on to first base. Freehan is out, and the side is retired. For the Detroit Tigers in the 4th, no runs, a base hit. There were no errors and a man left. At the end of 4, it's the Yankees 0 and the Tigers 0.
Did you know that you can cut moving costs by 50% or more with a U-Haul rental truck or trailer? Over 6 million families every year move with U-Haul because there's a size and a type that's just right for a one-room apartment or for the biggest house in town. And if you're moving out of town, you can rent it here and leave it with a dealer where you're going. U-Haul has low rates, insurance, guaranteed tires, and free road service. Cargo insurance included on trucks and trailers. U-Haul has a free moving guide that's loaded with helpful hints for self-movers. So, stop in for your free copy and make your moving job a lot easier. Beat the high cost of moving. Do it yourself with U-Haul. See Bill's Esso Station, Route 22 and 295, Canaan, Al Anderson Service Station, Main Street, Route 296, Hensonville, and Ladd Service Station, Columbia and Broadway, Rensselaer. Or consult the yellow pages for the U-Haul dealer nearest you.
Well, you know, Frank, one of the interesting stories today, of course, is the Clete Boyer incident. Clete Boyer, as you and I read in the papers and heard on the television news tonight, said that Paul Richards should not be in baseball, that he was detrimental to baseball's cause. And this is a pretty tough thing to say, because you say that, you're almost bound to be let loose. And then Paul Richards came back and said Boyer was popping off too much because he was a lousy ball player and earning $45,000 a year. He was not worth it. So Boyer came back and said Lum Harris shouldn't be managing. The only reason he's managing is because he's a close friend of Richards. Oh. So Richards said, well, I'm going to release him, but I don't want to pay Boyer the 60 days credit he has coming.
Felipe Alou leads off here. It's one out toward the alley at right center, but Northrup gets over there, and he makes the catch. Jim Northrup covers a lot of ground out there in center field for the Detroit Tigers, and he was over there to take Alou's drive.
I didn't think that was going to be such a long story because I haven't finished it yet, but when we get a chance, I think it's very interesting because I never thought Paul Richards would fall into the same trap as Charlie Finley did with Ken Harrelson.
No. I wonder if Clete Boyer can benefit as much from his release as Ken Harrelson did from his. Pitch to Danny Cater. In the dirt, inside, hitting the batter's box. Almost hit him on the right foot.
Well, you know, you were talking about a lot of trades still going to be made. Of course, this one can be made anytime. But I would think a club like the St. Louis Cardinals or maybe the New York San Francisco Giants could pick Boyer up.
Danny Cater hits one out the same place Alou did. Again, Northrup is over there. And I'd say he wasn't more than 3 steps away from the same spot to make the catch there. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network, and we'll pause for station identification.
This is WGY, Radio 81, Schenectady, New York.
Gene Michael goes after the first pitch, and he sends a fly ball to straightaway right field, and K-Line puts it away, and the side is down quickly, 1-2-3. Nothing across at the end of the top half of the 5th inning. The score, Yankees nothing and Detroit nothing.
Here's good news for folks who use rental trucks or trailers to move their household furnishings or for miscellaneous hauling jobs. U-Haul dealers now honor Bank AmeriCard and Master Charge cards for local and one-way rentals. No cash deposit is required. And you can include furniture pads, tow bars, and other moving aids, too. Cargo insurance included on trucks and trailers. And if you're planning a move soon, stop in at U-Haul for a free copy of the U-Haul Moving Guide. It shows how to plan your move, how to pack, and how you can save money. Remember, with U-Haul, you can move now and pay later. Just use your Bank AmeriCard or Master Charge card at your nearest U-Haul dealers.
See Murray's Service Station, 170 Church Street, Route 67 North, Amsterdam. Bellevue Motors Incorporated, 1902 Broadway, Schenectady. Porter's Esso, Altamont Boulevard, and Helderberg Ave, Altamont. Or consult the yellow pages for the U-Haul dealer nearest you.
Lower third of the batting order will be coming up here for the Detroit Tigers. Aurelio Rodriguez, the third baseman, then the shortstop is Brinkman, and the pitcher Mike Kilkenny. Rodriguez, right-hand batter, grounded out to Danny Cater at third, his first time up. They play him a bit to the left side on the infield, the outfield pretty much straight away. First pitch to him, cut on and bounced foul over toward the third base dugout. Felipe Alou in right field does give him the right field foul line and right field corner as he's shaded over toward right center. 325 down the right field line here at Tiger Stadium. 340 down the left field line. Stottlemyre to the windup, and the pitch to Rodriguez. Fastball is low and outside. 1-1. 365 to left center, 370 to right center, and 440 to straightaway center field, the deepest point in the ballpark. Stottlemyre delivers. There's a fly ball out of the shallow left. White coming hard, cannot get to it. It's in for the base hit. And again, Roy White seems to be struggling on the wheels, Phil.
That's a shame because with his speed, Normally he would catch balls hit like that. The last two by Cash and now by Rodriguez.
Four base hits now in the ball game for the Tigers. More important, they have their leadoff man on for the first time. And the batter will be Ed Brinkman. And with the pitcher coming up next, let's see how the Tigers play it. Throw to first base. Rodriguez gets back.
Brinkman's become a pretty good hit-and-run man, Frank. I doubt if they'll bunt, but they might try something a little hit-and-run in here.
He's got the whole right side of the infield. With Ellis holding the runner on and Clark playing over towards second. Quick throw over there again. No tag. Outfield comes in a bit in right and center. And here's the pitch. Foul back. Brinkman steps away from the plate, looks down at Joe Schultz, the third base coach. Frank Scaff coaches over at first base for the Tigers. One time managed this ball club. Been in their organization a long time as a scout. One strike pitch. Pitch out. Runner was not going. Thurman Munson suspected something. Called for a pitch out. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brinkman. Now the 1-1. High. He had a notion, but did not go after it. 2 balls, 1 strike. No score. Tigers with a runner at first, nobody out. Two-one pitch. Runner goes, and he hits it out into right center field. Bobby Mercer over there to his left. He's under it. One-hand catch. Bobby throws back into second base. So Brinkman trying to go behind the runner, but he got it out in the air to right center and within range of Mercer. Rodriguez back to first base, 1 out, and here's the pitcher, Mike Kilkenny. And now we might see a bunt. John Ellis trots into the mound to talk to Mel Stottlemyre about something. Now Joe Schultz gallops down the line from the third base coaching box to talk to the pitcher, Kilkenny. So 2 former managers on the coaching lines. Schultz managed out in Seattle the 1 year that the Pilots were in existence. Scaff, a former Detroit manager. Kilkenny, left-hand pitcher, right-hand batter, squares to bunt, takes a fastball low.
Boy, that one looked like it cut the plate in half, knee-high, and Stottlemyre is puzzled. He can't believe it was called a ball.
He wants Flaherty to tell him where the pitch was. And Flaherty just sort of ignores it. What does he say? Turns a deaf ear. Stretch by Stottlemyre. Throw to first base. Rodriguez gets back. Danny Cater way in on the grass at third. Backs off a couple of steps now. Ready to charge, though. And so will Ellis be. Here's the pitch. He bunts it on the ground to first. Ellis spins, throws the ball high to Michael, and everybody's safe. Threw the ball high to second base. Gene Michael had to leap in the air for it, and while Michael was in the air to keep the ball from going to center field, Rodriguez went into the bag. They are going to credit Kilkenny with a sacrifice. Still, I felt that a good throw would have had the runner at second.
Oh, easily, and could possibly have been a double play because Ellis was charging, fielded it beautifully, wheeled around, But like last night, his throw to the plate was high. This throw pulled Michael off.
Runners at first and second with one out. And the batter is Dick McAuliffe. McAuliffe is lined to left and grounded out to second. He takes a strike, and now McAuliffe is puzzled. And now he's asking Flaherty, where was it? We hang so close to the plate here, we hang out almost over the plate in this broadcast booth. You can read the lips of the players, and very often you can hear. There's one popped up. Ray White coming in for it, calling for it, and White makes the catch in fairly close to the infield. That one was way up in the air, and Roy White coming on, got under it. So there are now two down. The batter will be Al Kaline. Al Kaline hit by the pitch his first time up, then grounded out to short, so he is 0 for 1. Right-hand batter. Swings and hits a line drive, base hit to left center. Rodriguez around third, he will score. Going into third base is Kilkenny, he's safe. And Detroit goes out in front 1-0. Quite a milestone for Al Kaline. That RBI is the 1,400th of his major league career. Never played for any ball club other than the Detroit Tigers. They signed him right out of high school in Baltimore. And how in the world the Orioles ever let that man get away has been a mystery, I guess, Bill, to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Jim Northrup now with runners at first and third, 2 outs, and a run in the bank for the Tigers. Ellis will hold on Kaline down at first. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. One ball and no strikes to Northrup. Stottlemyre to the belt and delivers. Fouled off the shin guard of Thurman Munson. One and one. The count to Northrup. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Popped up and grounded out. Stottlemyre studies the sign from Munson. Ready to pitch. Here it comes. Strike on the inside corner. Ball and 2 strikes to Northrup. Kilkenny leads away at third. Kaline at first. The pitch. Hit on the ground, foul outside of third. Even in this ballpark, where it's 325 down the right field line, Northrup is not a strict pull hitter. He hits to left center and right center. 1-2 pitch here. Strike 3 is called. Northrup is called out on strikes, and the side is retired. Northrup has a couple of words to say as he leaves the plate. The Tigers break the scoreless tie with 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Yankee errors, and 2 men are left. And now at the end of 5, it's Detroit 1 and New York nothing.
A baseball fan can't always get to the game to see his favorite players. There are times when someone wants you to mow the lawn or clean your room or paint the hall closet. So participating Arco dealers are doing the next best thing. They're bringing the players to you. Every week, participating Arco dealers will have a new 8 by 10-inch autographed color photograph of one of your favorite Yankee baseball stars. They'll give you one free every time you purchase 8 or more gallons of Arco gasoline. There are 12 star players in all, a different one each week. So by the end of the season, you'll have an entire collection. That way, even when you can't get to a Yankee game, you can still root for your favorite team. This week, participating Arco dealers are giving away autographed color photographs of Frank Baker. So drive down to your nearby participating Arco dealer and get your photograph of Frank Baker while they last. The offer may vary in some states. Quick look at the scoreboard at the end of 4, Kansas City nothing, White Sox nothing, Headland against Wood. Red Sox beat the Senators 3-2, Cope the winner, Janeski the loser. Minnesota 1, Milwaukee 1 into 4, Bly 11 against Lockwood. It's Baltimore 3 and Cleveland 2 at the end of 8. Colbert against Cuellar. Vada Pinson got his 3rd home of the year. California at Oakland later on. Mets 2, Phillies nothing, with the Phillies batting in the top of the 9th. Eddie Cranepool got his 3rd homer of the year. Lersch against Gentry. Pittsburgh 2, Cincinnati nothing, ended 7.5. Wilcox against Blast. Stargell got his 15th of the year. He leads the major league. Montreal 7, Atlanta 1, ended 7.5. And Cubs 3, St. Louis nothing, end of 3.5. Houston 1, San Diego nothing, end of 4.5. Frank?
All right, Mel Stottlemyre, the batter for the Yankees. Swings on the first pitch, pops it up down the first base line. Cash comes in fair territory, makes the grab. So Stottlemyre, who was called out on strikes his first time up, now pops up. And the batter will be Horace Clarke. $11,565 to paid attendance here at Tiger Stadium tonight. Strike is called on Horace Clarke at the inside corner. Bill Kane said he thought the Tigers were leading the league in home attendance. They lead the league in announcing it, fairly. Horace hits this one foul outside of third. They must have a computer somewhere that figures that out. Well, what a series they had with Washington. For 3 days, they drew 102,000 people. No balls and 2 strikes. It is. It's a good sports city. They support their teams here. 0-2 pitch. Way up high and over Freehan's head off the tip end of his mitt to the backstop. One ball and 2 strikes. Clarke steps away, requests time. Double pump now by Kilkenny. Here's his pitch. Check swing foul outside of third. You know, Phil, you look at this outfield. Keyline in right, Northrup in center, Horton in left. Last year, I believe it was, Keyline and Northrup collided going after a fly ball. And they say that Willie Horton may have saved Keyline's life by getting his mouth open and doing resuscitation, getting his tongue back out. Horton remembered how to do it from boxing and football. Pitches low. Clarke.
Well, that's a great thing, you know, to keep control of your senses and then be able to respond that way in an emergency. Because so many people just get frightened and scared and don't know what to do.
I recall a story, Horton, you just where to press to get the jaws open. Clarke fouls another one straight back.
If anybody could do it, that Willie Horton could. I think that's one great thing about letting your son become a Boy Scout. They learn so many things that will be used later on in life.
The RBI by Keyline was 1,400 at the Tigers.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
0-0.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Clark, 1 out. The pitch coming. Boss bounces it to third. Rodriguez has it. Goes on to first. Clark is out, and there are 2 down. Talking about Kaline's 1,400 runs batted in, of course. Babe Ruth, the all-time leader in runs batted in, with 2,209. And another Yankee second, Lou Gehrig, 1,991. Herman Munson here with the bases empty, 2 outs, Tigers leading 1-0. The windup by Mike Kilkenny and the pitch. Ball is high. Bill, I'd have to think Kilkenny is pitching exceptionally well, considering he had pitched only 3 innings all year before tonight.
He has, and he had been behind on so many hitters up to the last 2 innings. And as you said, back in New York, I don't think he lasted the first inning, did he?
He pitched in all 3 games and only got 1 man out. Change up in on the ground to third, and up with it Rodriguez. Throws on to first. And that is all for Thurman Munson and the Yankees. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. At the end of the top half of the 6th inning, the score, Detroit 1 and the Yankees nothing.
Run around a tennis court on a hot summer day and you really run up a thirst. When that last set is over, you'll be set for a couple of beers. So today, there's only 1 beer that'll do. Shaper, 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 shaper is love. What beer to have when you're having more than one? Shaper pleasure doesn't fade when your thirst is done. The most rewarding flavor in this man's world. People who are having fun. Shaper is love. One day to have when you're having more than one.
Bottom half of the 6th inning, man, we're talking about just a minute ago, Willie Horton, the batter. Willie Horton told me before the ball game, Phil, that ball he hit off the wall in left center field last night may have been the hardest ball he's ever hit in his life.
I wouldn't doubt it. It started out as a low-line drive, and it looked like Roy White was going to catch it, and suddenly it just missed going over that fence at the 365-foot sign.
And he said he thought it was probably the hardest. Horton tonight is 0 for 2. Grounded out. Now he's got a base hit as he lines one down to the left field corner. See if he tries for 2. He's going to go for second. And White's throw is way off the bag and late. And Willie Horton is in with a stand-up 2-bagger.
Well, you can see that Billy Martin must have had a meeting before the game saying anytime you hit one deep to left field with Roy White with that bad ankle, plus the fact that he does not have a strong throwing arm, because Willie Horton, not nearly as fast as most of the other Tigers, just kept right on running. Made a double easy standing up.
That is the second extra base hit in the ball game. The other was Norm Cash's double in the 4th. And Cash is up there now, 1 for 2. Detroit leading 1-0 and threatening now with the leadoff man at second base. Infield backs off and around to the right side on Norm Cash. Gene Michael trying to hold Horton close at second. Here's the pitch, low and inside, ball 1. Mercer shades around toward right center field. Roy White not extremely deep and over toward left center field.
You know, Frank, if Cash lays down a bunt down third, he can walk to first base.
He bunted last night, bunted foul, remember?
That's right, he did.
Pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. He got Kenny laid back by like Danny Cater is and bunted down the third base line for the base hit. But he fouled it off. Two balls and no strikes to him. Horton leads away at second. Stottlemyre to the belt. Here's his pitch. Low, ball 3. Stottlemyre not giving Cash too much to swing at. Cash gets a cut. He's going to have to pick it up off the plate. Bill Freehan is on deck. He's the right-hand batter, of course. Cash, a left-hander. We'll look back to second. The pitch. Curve is in. Strike called.
3-0 curveball. You can see what they think of Cash.
Three balls and one strike. We'll look back to second for Horton. Here's the pitch. Up high and inside, ball four, and Cash is on. Well, that's the first walk given up by Stottlemyre. Stottlemyre has struck out three. He's allowed one run on 6 hits. Stottlemyre's also hit a batter. He hit K-line with a pitch in the first inning.
Billy Martin's the type manager. You don't care who's up there. He might have Freehan bunting right now.
Well, we'll see. Freehan down on the end of the bat right now. And he swings away and lines it out to center. Here comes Mercer. He's got it. That ball was sinking in a hurry, and Mercer had to make the catch down off his right knee. He got the hands down there in a hurry. That ball all of a sudden just rolled off the table out there. Mercer was ready to catch it chest high, and that ball did. It dipped on him.
Well, I'm glad he didn't bunt.
And now Aurelio Rodriguez. He's 1 for 2 and has scored the game's only run. Right-hand hitter. He's right down on the end of the bat handle. Stottlemyre checks Horton at second and delivers. Check swing grounded to the left side, and Michael has it. Goes to Clark out at second base. No play to first. Willie Horton did a pretty good job right there trying to block Michael off that ball.
I tell you, he scared both Cater and Michael. Neither one knew what to do with that big Horton coming down the line.
Rodriguez reaches first. Horton goes to third. Cash is forced at second base. Michael to Clark, 6-4. Now 2 down. Runners on the corners, and Ed Brinkman the batter. Thurman Munson goes out now to talk to Stottlemyre.
Well, they got that pitcher coming up next, and they could walk Brinkman, try and get him to nibble at a real bad pitch.
Brinkman up on the bat handle. He uses a big barrel bat. It was way up on the handle. Horton the runner at third. Rodriguez on at first, 2 down. Detroit leading 1-0, bottom half of the 6th. Stottlemyre's pitch. Strike, 1 is called. I'll run down all the scores for you after the next out. Stottlemyre looks into Munson. Nods agreement to the sign. Here's the pitch. High. One ball and 1 strike. Joe Schultz shouting encouragement down to his hitter, Ed Brinkman. The pitch. Inside at the armpits. 2 balls and a strike. With 2 gone. Leadoff double by Horton, a walk to Cash. Freehan line to center. Rodriguez forced Cash. And now a 2-1 here to Ed Brinkman. He swings, sends a fly ball to left. Roy White is there. Under it and makes the catch to retire the side. So Stottlemyre, pitching under pressure, works out of a jam in the 6th inning. Allows the Tigers no runs. 1 base hit. There were no Yankee errors and 2 men are left. At the end of 6, the Tigers 1 run, 6 hits, and no errors. The Yankees no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. Kansas City and Chicago, 0-0 end of 5. Headland against Wood. Boston beat Washington 3-2. Culp the winner 5-3. Janeski the loser 1-4. Minnesota 2, Milwaukee 1 at the end of 4.5. Blyleven against Lockwood. Baltimore 3, Cleveland 2. Cuellar the winner 6-1. Rich Hand the loser 0-2. Vader Pinson hit his 3rd home run of the year for Cleveland. California at Oakland later on. At the end of 9 innings, the Phillies 2 and the Mets 2. They go extra innings for the 2nd night in a row. Lush started, Fryman in the 9th for Philadelphia. Gentry for the Mets. Cranepool, number 3, home run. Pittsburgh shut out Cincinnati 2-0 behind Steve Blass, who won his 4th. He's lost 2. Willie Stargell hit his 15th home run. He leads the Major League. Tony Cloninger, the loser, 2-2. Montreal 7, Atlanta 1 at the end of 8. Jarvis started for Atlanta. Steve Barber in the 3rd. Ron Herbel in the 8th. Bill Stoneman pitching for Montreal all the way. Cubs 3 and the Cardinals 1 at the end of 4. Kenny Holtzman pitching for the Cubs. Royce for St. Louis. Hickman number 6. And it's Houston 1, San Diego 0 at the end of 5. And the first of a doubleheader. Right, it's a doubleheader at San Diego tonight. All right. Blasingame started for Houston. Santorini started for San Diego. Roberts relieved in the 1st inning, and we don't know why. Here we go, and here's Phil Rizzuto with the play-by-play.
All right, Frank, thank you very much. Roy White takes the pitch high, ball 1. Roy White lined to left field and bounced out to 3rd base. Actually, lined out to 3rd base, but Rodriguez dropped the ball, made a beautiful throw on his knees to second and forced the runner. Ball 2 high. 2-0. Phil White, I wanted to ask you something. You being a first baseman on that play of Johnny Ellis, don't you think he deserved an error on that play?
First baseman never deserve errors.
Come on, be serious now. The 2-0 pitch. High, ball 3, 3-0.
I think quite possibly. One thing there, Phil, I think some guys, some people just don't take their time. I think if John would have said he had more time than he thought he had.
Himself, right.
And not playing, he hasn't played much.
No, listen, I'm all for John not getting the error, but I'm thinking of Stottlemyre, on the other hand, being charged with an earned run. There's a pitch high, and it's ball 4. On 4 pitches, Roy White gets a base on ball. So Roy is down to first base. Second walk given up by Kilkenny. Big huddle on the mound, so it's time to remind you, this is the New York Yankee Baseball Network, and we pause for station identification.
This is WGY, Radio 81, Schenectady, New York.
Well, as the huddle breaks out on the mound, Billy Martin decides to go out there. And we've got double-barreled action down in the bullpen. We got a right-hander and a left-hander loosening up for the Tigers. And remember, Kilkenny hasn't pitched too much this year. What do you got, Bill, for his statistics?
3 innings, that's all.
That's all?
Just 3 innings. So it's about time for him to get out of there. Just simply, he should be tired by now.
He should, but of course, as we mentioned, it's cold here. The temperature is supposed to dip down in the high 30s before this ball game is over. So that'll keep the pitcher strong. And Billy Martin's going to let him in there, and Bobby Mercer tapped Martin as Martin was listening to the conversation between Mercer and Hauser. How do you like that tricky Martin? He just stopped there and they kept talking. They figured, well, once a Yankee, always a Yankee. But Billy's got a big D on his shirt now instead of the NY. That Martin is something else. To pick up a few tips. All right, Mercer has bounced to second and single to center. White at first. Pitch to Bobby. Outside, ball 1.
The Tigers are warming up Dennehy, a right-hander, and Sherman, a left-hander, down in the bullpen, in their left field bullpen.
Can't get over that Martin. All right, the stretch by Kilkenny. The pitch is in there. Strike called, 1-1. Yankees have had only 2 hits. They got them both in the 4th inning, the single by Munson and the single by Mercer. But then that fine catch by Eddie Brinkman turned it into a double play on what looked like a Texas League single for Johnny Ellis. The 1-1 pitch hit deep to left center field. Northrop, though, with a lot of room to run, and now White realizes he could have tagged up. He gets back, but too late. And with the way the throw came in, he'd have made it easily. That ball was hit deep to left center field. Northrop made the catch. Roy White, who was halfway down, suddenly realized he might have been able to tag up, but he was too late getting back. And now Johnny Ellis struck out in the 2nd and popped up into that double play we were telling you about in the 4th. Tigers lead 1-0. Picked up that 1 run in the 5th inning. We're in the top of the 7th here in the Motor City of Detroit, Michigan, on a cold night. Cash holding the bag against White. The left-hander Kilkenny sets. His pitch swing and a miss, and Johnny went after that high fastball. A lot of Yankees are going after that high fastball.
Earlier, I think the guys are trying to do too much. You know, when you're losing, you do try to do a little bit too much, and you go away from your pattern.
That's quite true. When you're in a slump like this, and when things are going badly, everybody says, well, I better hit a couple of homers. Or there's a pitch low, 1-1. Very seldom when you're trying that hard do you accomplish what you try to do. I think Benjamin Franklin said that.
Sure wasn't a Boy Scout.
All right, 1-1 to Johnny Ellis. The stretch. The pitch, a bouncer over the pitcher's head. It's going to be a tough play up with it. Brinkman. He can't make the play. He bobbled the ball. He would have had Ellis, but as he went to throw it, it popped in the air. He caught it, and then when he did throw, it was too late. Let's see what they give Johnny Ellis on that. A base hit by the generous scorer here in Tiger Stadium. An infield single for Johnny Ellis. Moves Roy White to second base. And the batter now, Felipe Alou, who popped to second and flied to center. All right, the Yankees with a threat now. White at second and Ellis at first with only 1 out. Alou the batter, and on deck, Danny Cater. Kilkenny squats down to get the sign. Having trouble reading that sign with White at second base. Now he's got it. Pitch to Alou, bouncing ball at short, could be to Brinkman, to McAuliffe. No, the throw was bad by Brinkman, and McAuliffe had a one-handed and could not get set to throw it to first. A break for the Yankees as Ellis is forced at second base. Short to second, 6-4. Going to third is Roy White. Safe at first, Felipe Alou. And now the batter, Danny Cater, who is flied to right and flied to center. Two men out and 2 men on. The Tigers 1, the Yankees nothing. Top of the 7th. On deck, Gene Michael. Alou leads off first. Roy White off third. The stretch by Kilkenny. His pitch is low, ball 1. Norm Cash holds the bag against Alou. Rodriguez deep at third, Brinkman deep at short, McAuliffe deep at second. They know Cater is not too fast a foot. The pitch is hit high in the air, but Al Kaline is right there. Moves back, turns now, pounds the glove, makes the catch. The Yankee threat goes by the boards, no runs, a base hit, no errors, 2 men left. And at the end of 6 1/2, it's the Tigers 1 and the Yankees nothing.
We know you have pride in yourself and in what your country can be. We know you have a brain and your own ideas. We know you'd like to share these ideas with hundreds of young men and women from all parts of this country. We know you'd like to further your education, learn a skill, have opportunity for advancement, and 30 days vacation a year. We also know you put a price on these things. The price is your individuality, and you question the Army's willingness to pay this price. Today's Army is willing to pay this price. We're committed to eliminating unnecessary formations, skinhead haircuts, signing out, signing in, and make work projects. In today's Army, you'll find more mature personnel policies at every level. If you'd like to serve yourself as you serve your country, today's Army wants to join you. For the location of your nearest Army representative, call 800-243-6000 toll-free.
Well, Phil, looking at my Yankee scorecard here on the Yankee side, we just talked about Kilkenny, who's thrown quite a few pitches. He's been behind a lot of the Yankee hitters. He's walked 2 and struck out 2. Yet, with all the pitches he's thrown, he's only pitched to 4 men over the regulation. That's a funny statistic.
It certainly is. It's unbelievable. You would think with the amount of pitches he's thrown that the Yankees would have had so many men on base. As Bill told you, there's been just 3 base hits and 2 walks. All right, now Kilkenny leads it off and runs up to bunt and misses, strike 1. Kilkenny struck out in the 3rd inning, sacrificed successfully in the 5th inning. That's the play Bill and I were talking about, where Johnny Ellis, in charging in, made a good play, and as he wheeled around through high to Gene Michael, that's the inning the Tigers scored their 1 run. Swing and a miss at a curve. Strike 2. He drops the bat. He missed that one by about 3 feet. And you can see Kilkenny does not like a breaking pitch. He really steps in the bucket. The 2-strike pitch, he did get a piece of that one, though, and the fans give him a hand. I said he's a battler, though. He gets mad when he misses a pitch. Throws left-handed, bats right-handed. The pitch, swing and a miss. And he's out of there. Saddlemeyer's 4th strikeout in the ball game, and it brings up Dick McCullough. He is line to left, bounce to second, and fly to left. Pitch by Merrill is high, ball 1. Tigers 1, Yankees nothing. Bottom of the 7th. 1 out, nobody on. The pitch, ground ball hit to second. Clark to his left. Bounces up. Picks it up. Throws. They got him. For some reason, McCullough slowed down about 2/3 of the way to first. Then the ball took the bad hop, hit Clark in the chest. He had to come in, picked it up. And McCullough, trying to put on speed, couldn't do it. And that's one thing you kids should remember. Run hard all the way. You never know what's going to happen. Right there, McCullough would have been on, and it could cost a run. You never know. Here's K-Line. Hit with a pitch in the 1st inning, bounced to short in the 3rd, and singled with 2 out in the 5th to drive in the only run in the ball game. His 1,400th RBI as a Tiger. Pitch by Mel. Swing and a miss, strike 1. You know of many good, high fastball hitters, though?
Ron Santo was wrong. I believe Mickey. Did Mickey Mantle like the ball high, left-handed?
No, not left-handed.
No.
Right-handed he did. Left-handed they'd handcuff him because of the bad knee. But this guy is one of the best high ball hitters, this K-Line. Fastball, he loves to chop that wood. He is tough. The 1-1 pitch to K-Line. Whoa, he went after one there but missed it. It was a breaking pitch. Up around the letters.
Weren't you a high ball hitter?
I was a high ball hitter, but unfortunately, I'd get good wood on the ball, but the outfielders would just laugh. That's a foul. Coming back. Just below us. Yeah, I loved high fastballs, but when you're not strong, that's, at Yankee Stadium, that's just a big can of corn. But it's tough. You've got to be strong or else have good, quick wrists. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Listen, if I'd have played my career in the Polo Grounds, like Bill White did one year, or Ebbets Field, low 2-2, I'd have been a home run threat. I'm telling you, I had that 252 down the right field line to Polo Grounds beautifully. If I could tattoo that wall. That was my distance, 252. Curve low, 3-2. Full count on K-line with 2 out, nobody on, and Detroit leading 1-0. At the end of 10, the Phillies and the Mets tied 2-2. The payoff pitch. Fouled it back and out of play. K-line's really been hanging in there. So Mel gets a new baseball. Munson gives him the sign. Stottlemyre rocks back. The pitch, strike 3, and K-line upset with that call, but he's out of there. Strikeout number 5 for Stottlemyre. 3 up, 3 down. And now at the end of 7 full innings, it's the Tigers 1, the Yankees nothing.
If you're going to move, why not do it yourself with U-Haul, as more than 6 million families do every year? Save as much as 50% or more of the usual cost and move at your convenience, not someone else's. U-Haul trucks and trailers are available in a full range of sizes. There's one that's just right for your move. You can rent equipment from your nearest U-Haul dealer and leave it with a dealer in your new neighborhood, even if you're going clear across the country. U-Haul has low one-way rental rates, insurance, guaranteed tires, and free road service. And cargo insurance is included on trucks and trailers. U-Haul has a moving guide that helps plan your move and makes the job a lot easier. Stop in at your nearest U-Haul dealers.
See Seipels Golf, 640 Pauling Avenue, Troy, O'Brien's Atlantic, 112 Broad Street, Waterford, McCabe Shell Service, 670 Hoosick Road, Troy, or consult the Yellow Pages for the U-Haul dealer nearest you.
A lot of information that rolled off the tongue of Bill White right there. And right now, one of the fellas that Bill mentioned, Gene Michael, been up twice, fly to right field both times. The Yankees trailing 1-0 here in the top of the 8th. And now we're going to have some action in the Yankee bullpen. Stottlemyre is scheduled to be the second batter. I tell you, he and Steve Klein, Bill, have really been in some tough spots. They've had to be taken out in ball games that they're 1-0, 2-1.
They both pitch well, and if you don't get runs, there's not much you can do.
Nope. Gene Michael takes a pitch high, ball 1. It's not definite, of course, that Stottlemyre will be coming out. But Bill White told you earlier, Mel's a pretty good hitting pitcher. Huh? Strike 1, 1-1. What? Kilkenny gets the sign from Freehan. 1-1 delivery. High ball 2, 2-1. Nobody out, nobody on here in the top of the 8th. And now Bill Burback is loosening up down in the Yankee bullpen. 2-1 pitch, fouled back and out of play over the Yankee dugout. And into the crowd. Oh, somebody spilled their drink on the fans down below. It's funny, but when a fan goes after a foul ball, whatever they got in their hands, they don't drop. They don't mean to drop anyway that time. Some liquid refreshments was spilled on the fans down below. Schaefer? Could be Schaefer. The 2-2 pitch. Low and inside, ball 3, 3-2. Full count on Gene Michael. All right, Kilkenny ready. This is a big pitch in the ball game here in a 1-0 game. Here it is. And it's low inside, ball 4, Michael's eye. And Stottlemyre's going to come up and bat. So Mel will be up there to do one thing, and that's to sacrifice Gene Michael to second base. I shouldn't say that so authoritatively. I've been wrong once or twice, Bill. You might not think so. I like to guess along with the manager, don't you? Like to
Sometimes,
not second guess, but just guess along.
Your first guess.
Yes, really. All right, Michael leads the way. Here's the stretch. The pitch, he's swinging away, and he won after one up high. It would have been a ball and fouled it off. So there you see, occasionally I can be wrong. Now Dick Hauser flashes a sign.
Bill Dennehy and Fred Sherman warming up down in left field again for the Tigers.
Oh, that Sherman has been bad news this year. What a job he's doing. All right, Michael leads the stretch. This time Mel squares, puts it in the air now. And Rodriguez and Brink, and Freehan makes the catch. He took it almost out of Rodriguez's glove. Would have been an easy play for a really almost a tough play for Freehan. He caught it right on the end of the glove. So Stottlemyre pops up to the catcher in fair territory. Michael holds it first. And now Horace Clark bounced to third twice and bounced to short. The Yankees, of course, play their best when they're running. Now, usually you don't run when you're behind, but in a game like this, just 1-0. They sometimes take chances. On deck, Thurman Munson. All right, Gene Michael with a good lead at first. One man out. Kilkenny sets. Pitch the clock on the inside corner. Strike one called, and Horace shakes his head. Now Horace steps back to look down at Dick Hauser, flashing the signs in the third base coaching box. Cash holds the bag against Michael. The left-hander stretches. The pitch is fouled back off the screen as Clark was trying to shoot to right field. 0-2. The Red Sox beat Washington 3-2, and Baltimore beat Cleveland 3-2. Minnesota leads Milwaukee 4-1 into 6. Kansas City at Chicago, no score into 5. And the Phillies and the Mets are tied 2-2 in the 11th, but I see the Mets have changed pitches. Pittsburgh beat Cincinnati 2-0. Montreal shellacked Atlanta 11-1. Cubs lead the Cardinals 4-2. And Houston leads San Diego 1-0 into 6. Time is called. Now we're all right. Johnny Rice is wearing gloves down there umpiring at first base. They all are? Oh-ho. All except the home plate umpire. The two-strike pitch is hit to left field, but Willie Horton moving back near the warning track. He's there, makes the catch deep in left. That ball went quite a ways back there. Willie backed up almost to the auxiliary scoreboard in left field. 2 out. And now Thurman Munson, who has walked, single to right center, and bounced to third. Tigers leading 1-0. Gene Michael opened the inning with a walk. He's still at first base now with 2 out. All right, Munson digging in at home plate. Taking plenty of time, as he usually does, before he's set. Very cold here in Detroit. All right, Kilkenny sets. Pitch to Munson on the inside corner, strike one called, and look at Thurman shake his head. There have been a lot of ball players, hitters especially, pitches a few times, who have questioned the calls of John Flaherty tonight. Munson now smoothing the dirt in the batter's box. Just a nervous habit he has. strike on Thurman. Swings the bat around. Kilkenny ready. Looking at Gene Michael. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that time Thurman went after a bad high fastball. Kilkenny must be really fooling them with that high fastball. Several of the Yankees swinging at pitches out of the strike zone. 0-2. McAuliffe plays almost every hitter in that same spot. With a runner on, you got a big hole to shoot through between first and second. Kilkenny ready. There goes Michael. The ball is fouled off. Gene had a good jump that time. Had a chance of stealing the base, but with 2 strikes on him, Munson had to protect the plate. How'd you figure he was going to steal that time, Bill? I saw you waving that left arm.
Well, he started. Kilkenny took a little longer than he usually does. Gene started to have to stop and start again. I just watched him. And, of course, with 0-2 on Munson, I'm sure that Houck wouldn't mind even if Michael got thrown out so that Munson could start all over again the next inning even.
Okay, let's see what happens now. Michael leading away. He's going again. The pitch is high. The throw to second is low. But what a play by McAuliffe. He's safe. The second base umpire, Bill Kunkel, said he did not tag him. McAuliffe caught the ball on the short hop and claims he tagged him. Now, Billy Martin is running out there. All the infielders out there along with Martin. A big stolen base for Gene Michael, Bill.
And that's his third of the year, Phil. Gene made a fine slide because the ball was there clear time. McAuliffe went after him, and I'm sure Martin and McAuliffe are arguing that the stick went out of the baseline, but because he took the long way around. He came in from right field, but he got his hand on the bag, and he's safe there. Kunkel says he's safe, so now the Yankees have the opportunity here to tie this ball game up. The count is 1-2 on Munson. Stick sitting on at second there, and the Tigers with a 1-0 lead.
All right, so the Yankees get a big break there, and that's one of the things we were telling you about last night. Should the Yankees get a lead or stay close to the Tigers, Freehan does not have that good throwing arm he had. I heard Bill White mention before about his back operation. I had forgotten about that, but his arm had been giving him a lot of trouble the last few years. The Yankees always have great success running against Freehan. So Michael is at second with his third stolen base of the year. The count 1 ball, 2 strikes on Munson with 2 outs. Tigers scored with 2 outs, their only run. K-Line coming through with a base hit. So let's see if Munson can do it. The stretch by Kilkenny. Checks Michael. Pitch to Munson. Checks his swing and it's high. Almost went after that bad high fastball again. That evens the count at 2-2. Now they're in the 12th inning in New York. Phillies 2 and the Mets 2. All right, Munson gets set. Kilkenny looks in. Still looking in, having trouble reading the sign. Still looking in. Now he's got it. His 2-2 pitch. Here it is, and it's way high, almost over the head of Freehan, 3-2. Roy White is on deck. So Munson, who was behind 0-2, has run it full now at 3-2.
I think he's had it, Phil. Kilkenny. He might get out of this inning.
I said if he walks Munson, he might not be around. We'll wait and see. But he has really thrown a lot of pitches. All right, now the payoff pitch to Munson. Here it is. The curve is high. Ball 4. And look at him pound the ground. Freehan pulled the ball down. The curve was bad high. And Munson walked. That's the 4th walk given up by Kilkenny. As Freehan goes out to talk with him, everybody looking to see if Billy Martin's coming out of the dugout. Batter now is Roy White. Billy, I don't know. He starts out, he comes back. He is not coming out, not as yet anyway. Whoops, he's coming up one step. He hasn't made a move as yet. Roy White steps in. Well, Martin staying there on the top step of the dugout. So Kilkenny's going to pitch to White. Roy is lined to left, bounce to third, and walk. The pitch to Roy. High, ball one. Billy comes up another step, and here he comes. He just couldn't stand it any longer. You could watch him. As Bill and I were watching him there on the steps, he'd start up, go back, undecided, and now he's gone out. And as he walks out, he looks down the bullpen. Roy has not made a motion as yet.
Bill, he's got the left-hander, Fred Sherman, and the right-hander, Bill Dennehy, both warming up down there. With Roy White, a switch hitter. Really doesn't make any difference who he brings in, except that see which way he wants Roy to hit.
Yeah, I would say that you would think he'd rather have him batting right-handed with that short right field porch. I would think that he'd bring a left-hander in if he were going to bring somebody in at all. But he has not made a move. He's waiting for the umpire to come out as Brinkman and Freehan and Kilkenny talk with Martin.
Those two guys have been warming up down there for quite a while. They have to be ready, so Billy isn't going to do anything. He's going to let Kilkenny go over the hill himself.
Well, the fans are in agreement right now with Billy Martin. You don't know whether Billy might turn around as soon as he gets to the dugout and go out again. If he does, Kilkenny's got to come out of the game. He can walk out again if he wants. Yeah, if he wants, he can walk out, but then Kilkenny would have to come out. All right, here's the stretch. The pitch to White is a curve, low, ball two. Wait a minute. What's this all about now? There's something going on here. All these huckleberries.
Well, I think, Bill, he's got to finish pitching this batter here before he can be taken out now.
No kidding. Since when?
A couple years ago.
Where was I when that rule was passed? 2-0 the count to Roy White. The pitch is high, ball three. You mean to tell me Martin couldn't? There he goes out. What are you huckleberries telling me?
No, he's being stopped by Luciano.
Oh, you're right.
He can't go back out there anymore.
Well, Billy and I don't know the rule. Luciano's talking to Martin now. Well, I think Martin and I were out in left field when this rule was passed. How do you like that? Tell him, Billy. I'm with you.
I'm afraid Billy's wrong.
Well, I'm afraid, too. That's why I'm telling him to talk to Luciano. Two paisans down there arguing. Never get anywhere. Nobody can win that argument. They changed the rule. Oh, well, you learn something every day or night. And I have learned something here tonight. You're never too old. What they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Anyway, it's 3-0 now to Roy White. The runners lead away. The pitch is in there. Strike ball, 3-1. Well, I don't feel too badly. Billy Martin didn't know about the rule.
No, he's managing.
All right. Oh, these smart guys, that Bill White.
No.
Frank Messer, don't give me that garbage. Made me embarrass me here. There's a foul upstairs and out of play. 3-2, and now the runners will be going. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The Tigers lead 1-0. We're in the top of the 8th. There's been a lot of excitement, even though there hasn't been a great deal of scoring in the game. This Kilkenny has made it exciting with all the pitches he's thrown. Munson at first, Michael at second. They'll be going on the pitch. Gives the Yankees a slight edge. Hard, ready for the payoff pitch. The runners go. The ball is popped foul, but coming back on the screen. And, whoa, man, that was inches away from Freehan's grasp. The look of disgust on his face came straight down along the screen. You know, when I look at this screen, Bill White, we were here the night the Tigers clinched the pennant, you know, in 68. And I was never so scared in my life. They went berserk. Not quite as bad as they did in New York when the Mets won it.
Oh, my.
But there must have been 50 people on this screen right here. Wonder it didn't cave in. All right, we got to go all through that 3-2 pitch again. The runners go. The ball is hit deep down the left field line, and that ball is off the wall. One run's in. Much is being waved around. He'll score, and the Yankees lead 2-1. And that was the big break. With 3-2 count, the runners were going, and if Munson had not been going, that ball was hit so hard that he would not have been able to score from first base. That ball just missed being a home run, and now Billy Martin's coming out. One man too late, and while Billy's on his way out, a reminder, this is the New York Yankee Baseball Network, and we pause for station identification.
This is WGY, Radio 81, Schenectady, New York.
All right, Roy White on at second as Mike Kilkenny leaves, and Billy Martin and the Tigers will bring in the left-hander Fred Sherman. But for Roy White, that was his 6th double and his 26th run batted in. So Roy White has put the Yankees out ahead here, 2-1 in the top of the 8th. With his double, recapping that inning again, Gene Michael led off and he walked. Mel Stoudemire, in attempting to bunt, popped the ball to the catcher Freehand. And then Horace Clark flied out to left field for the second out. Then Thurm Munson walked. And then with the count 3-0 on Roy White, Billy Martin went out and wanted to take out his pitcher, but Luciano wouldn't let him. And then Roy White doubled off the fence in deep left field. Willie Horton couldn't get to that ball. It was a 3-2 pitch. With Michael and Munson running, both runners scored, and the Yankees now lead 2-1. So some clutch hitting by the Yankees. Now, Ralph Houck's out talking to John Rice. Houck and Howard. Oh, what's that all about now?
I don't know. They're talking with Rice.
I don't think Rice will let Stoudemire down there. Was he warming up down right field
Yeah, and
there?
I think that's what they're arguing about.
Mel was warming up down the right field line, and Rice wouldn't let him. Now here comes Martin. He's going to talk to Flaherty.
Well, you know why Martin's upset? Because he pulled a boo-boo, probably his first of the year, because that is going to turn out, or could turn out to be the big play of the ball game. He wanted Kilkenny out of there, but he overmanaged that time. He went back.
You know he's going to protest this game? I think
He could very well.
Well, John Rice, the first base umpire, as soon as he saw Stoudemire warming up, he told him you can't do that and sent him back to the bench. Of course, it's fairly cold here, and Stoudemire has been sitting on that bench for quite a while, and Mel decided to go down to right field and warm up. So now Martin is arguing with Flaherty and Rice, and I don't think they're going to allow him to protest. There hasn't been a protest allowed in the Major League since 1954.
You mean they protested, but it hasn't been won or not allowed?
Oh, allowed or won. You know, they haven't replayed a game because of a protest. Since
you can protest.
You can protest.
Tough
right.
to win it.
No way.
No way.
It always gets to be judgment. And Martin's still arguing. He's upset.
Well, he should be, because I'm going to read that rule now that I did not know. It says the manager or coach is prohibited from making a second visit to the mound while the same batter is at bat, unless a pinch hitter is substituted for the batter, which would not happen. Now all the umpires are coming running in, and they shake their heads negative.
Now, of course, Martin, what he's doing here, too, is he's letting Stoudemire sit on that bench and still getting a little more stiff. Now they're all ready to go, and Martin gets a big hand. I don't know what for. But,
well, the reporters will rip him tomorrow if that should cost the ball game. But isn't that something? And Billy Martin just outsmarted himself on that maneuver. But as we mentioned before, he wanted to take him out, was undecided, was on the steps, went down, then went out and talked, and it looked like he was going to take him out. He went back, he threw another ball, and then it was too late. And Roy White coming through with that clutch double, just narrowly missing a 3-run homer. And the Yankees are out in front, 2-1. That brings up Bobby Mercer, bounce to second, single to center, and fly to center. And by the way, you should have seen that Yankee bench greet Munson and Michael as they came in with the 2 runs that put the Yankees ahead. It's been a long time since they've been able to congratulate somebody. There's a pitch, a little high, ball 1. And on the very first pitch, Sherman shakes his head at Flaherty and kicks the dirt.
Bill, this is a 22nd appearance for Sherman. He's been in quite a few of these Tiger ball games.
He's 3-0, isn't he? Stretch by Sherman. The pitch on the corner, strike call, 1-1.
Right, he's 3-0. He won the ball game last night, and he also has 4 saves. So he's been quite instrumental in these Tigers, all these victories they have. They're on a 7-game winning streak, but the Yankees are trying to break it here tonight.
All right, the Yankees are leading 2-1. We're in the top of the 8th inning. The stretch by Sherman. The pitch is hit in the air to right field. Kaline going back on the warning track, leaps and makes the catch against the fence. And Mercer fires the helmet past Elson Howard. Just missed by about 2 feet of being a 2-run homer. But the Yankees pick up 2 runs on just the 1 base hit. No errors and a man left. And at the end of 7 1/2, it's the Yankees 2, the Tigers 1. Good. There are always a few favorite memories a real baseball fan can never let go of. Your mitt, the cap you wore in high school, maybe a pair of spikes that fit when you were 12. But most important are the pictures you saved of your favorite baseball heroes. Today, participating Arco dealers will help you get your kid started on his own Baseball Hall of Fame. Every week they'll have a new 8 by 10-inch autographed color photograph of one of your kids' favorite Yankee baseball stars. You can get 1 photograph free every time you purchase 8 or more gallons of Arco gasoline. There are 12 different players in all, a new one every week. So by the end of the season, your kid will have his own Yankee Baseball Hall of Fame. Glossy 8 by 10 color photographs he can save just the way you did. This week, participating Arco dealers are giving away autographed photographs of Frank Baker. Drive down to your nearby participating Arco dealer and get a photograph of Frank Baker while they last. Offer may vary in some states.
After the game tomorrow night, the Yankees return home to play the California Angels Friday night. They'll play a Friday night game, a Saturday afternoon game, and a Sunday single game. Then Oakland and Vida Blue will come in Monday for a doubleheader. Monday the 31st. And then Vida Blue, if nothing happens, is scheduled to pitch in a night game on Tuesday the 1st of June. All right, Philip.
Okay, Bill. Jerry Kenny has moved in to play third, and Cater has moved from third to first. Northrop hits the first ball, 1 hop at Cater. He short hops and steps on the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out. So Northrop is out of there, and now Willie Horton. Horton bounced to short, struck out, and double to left field. Over the years, Horton has been tough for Stottlemyre to get out. The Yankees 2 and the Tigers 1. Bottom of the 8th inning. On deck, Norm Cash. Pitch to Horton, a ground ball hit high in the air. Kenny's got it. Fair ball. The long throw is in time. And on 2 pitches, there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And now the batter, Norm Cash. Cash bounced to short, double to left, and walked. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Yankee outfield deep on the left-hand hitting Norm Cash. Stottlemyre winds. His pitch is a strike called, and you knew Cash was not. Oh, he threw the bat up in the air and almost hit himself in the nose with it. But the first two hitters had swung at the first pitch, so I don't think I've ever seen three hitters go up and all three swing at the first pitch and make out. All right, Cash ready again. Stottlemyre winds. His pitch outside, 1-1. Boy, what room down that left field line. Roy White is way over in left center and deep. Mercer well over in right center. The 1-1 pitch. Curve low, ball 2-2-1. Tigers are out hitting the Yankees 6-4, but that clutch double by Roy White has the Yankees in front 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Deep to right center field, but Bobby Mercer getting over there, and a little look out, and they collide almost. Who got it? Who's got it? Hold the ball up, somebody. I still don't know who's got it, but Lou caught it. Mercer calling all the way, and Lou cut right in front of him. It looked like it took it right out of his glove. 3 up, 3 down, and at the end of 8 full innings, it's the Yankees 2 and the Tigers 1.
Two centuries ago, in the little town of Wetzlar, Germany, a young man opened an inn and began brewing his own beer. The young man's name was Johann Schaefer. And even though Wetzlar already had plenty of inns and plenty of beers, his became a great favorite. Today in America, Schaefer is still a great favorite because Schaefer has a unique quality of consistency that no other beer can match. Flavor that doesn't fade, glass after frosty cold glass. And that's the story of how one man's beer became the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
I have a couple of pitchers, Tom Timmerman and Dean Chance, warming up down the left field, but they're still going with the left-hander Sherman. And Ralph Houk made a move last inning when he put Jerry Kenny in at third base and moved Danny Cater back to first, and that gave him the opportunity to lead off now here with Kenny in the top of the ninth with the Yankees leading 2-1. And here is Phil Rizzuto.
Okay, Bill. Jerry Kenny batting .208. Been about 77 times with 16 hits, 1 double, 5 runs batted in. So Kenny will lead it off, followed by Alou and then Cater. Cash moves in at first, Rodriguez in at third. Left hand hitting Jerry Kenny. The left-hander Sherman winds. His pitch is in there, strike one call. Well, that Northrop is playing his shallow right field, and Horton shallow in left, and there's a swing and a miss, strike 2. It's raining. 39 degrees and raining. I heard the weatherman say it was going to be 39. A bunt attempt with 2 strikes, and he missed it completely. It's a strikeout. So Sherman gets his first strikeout. And the batter now, Felipe Alou, popped to second, fly to center, and bounced to short. It's unbelievable. It's too cold to rain. First pitch to Alou. Curve in there, strike one call. Sherman shakes off this time. Kicks, delivers a curve, foul, back and out of play, strike 2. Freehan ran right into John Flaherty as he turned around to go after that foul, but it was back on the screen. Tigers scored in the 5th inning. They have 1 run. The Yankees scored 2 in the 8th. That's the way it stands now, 2-1 favor of New York. Two quick strikes on the Lou. Here's the pitch. Inside, a ball and 2 strikes. And the Phillies beat the Mets 3-2, and that's only the second extra inning game that the Mets have lost all year. They've been phenomenal in extra inning games. Ground ball to first base on a bad pitch, up with it, Cash. He steps on the bag, and they're 2 away. Ball was high and away from Felipe. Now Danny Cater, twice fly to right and fly to center. 2 out, nobody on, and the Yankees leading 2-1. It is raining quite hard right now. All right, Sherman ready. Pitch to Cater is a curve bounce foul past Dick Hauser down the left field line. 1 strike on Danny, who's trying to dry his hands at home plate. The windup, and the pitch is low and inside 1-1. Sherman can throw hard, and he's got a pretty good curveball. Two out, nobody on. Ready for the 1-1 delivery. Swing and a line drive, base hit in the right center field for Cater. So Danny gets a 2-out single and makes a big turn and then comes back. He drew the throw from Northrop. Yankees 5th hit, the first off Sherman, and here's Gene Michael. Gene started the Yankee rally with a big base on balls and then a stolen base in the 8th inning. We look ahead to the Tigers. They'll have Freehan, Rodriguez, and Brinkman. But you know Billy Martin will go to his bench. He's got Gates Brown sitting down there. And another fellow named Ike Brown. All right, Cater leads. The pitch to Michael. He was going to bunt, takes the strike. Yankees 2, Tigers 1, top of the 9th. 2 out, Cater at first. 1 strike on Gene Michael. Mel Stottlemyre on deck. Sherman sets. His pitch foul off the chest protector of Bill Freehan, and it nicked him on the throwing hand, too. 0-2. Freehan shaking that right hand. Whole night they hurt just a little bit more. Now John Flaherty calls time, wants to make sure Freehan is all right. Nothing in 2, the count. Sherman has been ahead of all the hitters since he came in the game. The stretch, and the pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The rain blowing right in the booth here. All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cater leads away. Sherman kicks, delivers a bouncing ball to third. Rodriguez has it. Fires to Cash in plenty of time. For the Yankees, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. And at the end of 8 1/2, it's the Yankees 2 and the Tigers 1.
Here's a message for the Cars of America. Cars, you may not know it, but to an ARCO dealer, you're people. In the past, there was a big difference between the way your owner treated you and the way service stations treated you. Your owner treated you like a member of the family. Service stations treated you like a machine. At home, you were a trusted friend. In the shop, you were a stranger. ARCO dealers have dedicated themselves to closing this gap. They have a service designed to treat you the way your owner treats you. Service designed to treat cars like people with ARCO Supreme, gasoline that helps you breathe easy, and with ARCO oils and lubricants to give you the care and protection you need. So Cars of America, take heart. Go to your Arco dealer. You'll never be treated like a machine again. To your Arco dealer, cars are people.
Let's look at the Chicago-St. Louis score, because if St. Louis wins here, they will be in first place. Bill Kane has a 2 there. Set 2, McNertney hit a home run in the 7th for the St. Louis. Cardinals are still up. They're winning now 5-4 over Chicago. And if the Cardinals hang on to win that game, they'll be in first place in the American League in the National League by half a game. Houston leads San Diego 2-1 at the end of 8.5 innings. And here for the Tigers, Bill, the Yankees will have to hold them off here.
Right, and Gates Brown is coming up to bat for Bill Freehan. Gates Brown batting .261. Stottlemyre's pitch, low, ball 1. Gates is 6 for 23. No extra base hits. 2 runs batted in. Powerfully built. He's built a lot like Willie Horton. Left-hand batter. Swings this one deep to center field. Breaks away back, and makes the catch. That ball hit well over 400 feet. But to the deepest part of this ballpark, it's 440 out there. Bobby turns around to see just how much more room he had. That ball was really cream. 1 out. And now Aurelio Rodriguez is going to be pinch hit for. And it looks like Dalton Jones. Jones batting .406. 13 for 32. A double, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. A left-hand batter takes a strike. So Martin going to his bench. And Kevin Collins is on deck, another left-hand batter. Stottlemyre's pitch, low, 1-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. The Yankees leading 2-1. And the Yankees have Gary Waslewski and Gary Jones. A couple of Garys loosening up for the Yankees. The pitch to Jones, a bouncer. Stottlemyre one-hands it. Flips to Cater, and there are 2 away. So the Tigers down to their last out. And now Kevin Collins will be the batter. Collins, 4 for 11, has a double, a triple, batting .364. I remember one pinch hit he got against the Yankees in New York. He hit the auxiliary scoreboard. That was his triple. Has no home runs. This young man used to play with the Mets. For a short time, anyway. Rain is coming down hard here at Tiger Stadium, but there are 2 out in the bottom of the 9th, and the Yankees are leading 2-1. Stottlemyre winds. His pitch fouled back and out of play, and Collins had a good pitch to hit that time, just got under it. John Flaherty dusts off home plate. All right, Mel gets the sign from Munson. He winds. His pitch is fouled and out of play in the seats again. 0-2. So Mel Stottlemyre, who has pitched brilliantly for the Yankees this year. Even though his record is 4-2, his earned run average coming into this game 2.79. Here's the 2-strike pitch. A broken bat foul, and Collins will have to go in and get another one. So the count holds at 0-2. And if Mel knew how to throw a spitter, all he'd have to do is hold that ball out away from his body and let that rain hit it.
All pitchers know how to throw spitters.
All right, so Munson goes out and talks with Stottlemyre a while Collins gets the new bat. 0-2. 2 out, nobody on. Yankees 2, Tigers 1, bottom of the ninth. All right, Collins ready. Gets back in the batter's box. Now Mel gets the sign from Munson. Here's the windup. And the pitch. Little bit low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stottlemyre put a little extra on that one. Mel goes to the rosin bag. Picks the mud out of his spiked shoes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He struck him out. And, man, all the Yankees going over to congratulate Mel Stottlemyre as he sets the Tigers down in order in the bottom of the ninth inning. The ball game is over, and the final score, the Yankees 2 and the Tigers 1. The totals, the Yankees 2 runs on just 5 hits, 1 error. The Tigers 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. Stottlemyre, the winner, he's 5-2. Kilkenny, the loser, 0-2. And the Yankees snap the Tigers' 7-game win streak with a tremendous 2-1 win. And I still think the big play of the ball game was when Billy Martin, like myself, I hate to admit it, didn't know the rule. And when he tried to go out and take Kilkenny out with Roy White up there, he was not allowed to do it. It was right in the rule book. And it turned out to be the big play of the ball game as Roy White doubled with 2 outs and a 3-2 count on him to win the game for the Yankees 2-1. So once again, the final score, Yankees 2, Tigers 1. Thanks for tuning in, and we're coming on with Yankee baseball again tomorrow night when the Yankees face these same Detroit Tigers. Airtime 8:55 p.m.
Today's game was brought to you by Schaefer Brewery, New York, Albany, New York, and Baltimore, Maryland. Remember, Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one. And by the Atlantic Richfield Company, makers of Arco Supreme Gasoline, which cleans carburetors for good mileage. Remember, you may only get a little more mileage, but sometimes that's enough. New York Yankee Radio is produced in association with Hughes Sports Network.